And I grew up, you know, going to grade school in the sort of late 70s, early 80s, and I was a classic latchkey kid. My mom put herself through nursing school, so I'd get out of school and I'd walk down Sunset Boulevard to a movie theater that is now a Guitar Center. It used to be called the Oriental Theater.
Which theater?
It was called the Oriental.
The Oriental, okay.
And you could see 2 movies for $2, and I would go in there almost every day and watch movies, and that was my form of escapism. And having a stepfather that was working in the industry, but doing really interesting jobs. He was at one point the vice president at Universal, and he initiated what they called the Classics division at the time. But he was responsible for reissuing 5 Hitchcock films: Rope,
Yes,
Window,
I
Trouble with
remember when
Harry,
they
Man
did
Knew
that.
Too Much, and Vertigo.
Yeah.
And then he'd buy all the foreign films, so he was the first guy to acquire some of the Merchant Ivory films and some films out of Japan. So I had an unbelievable education, film education, from an early age. He reissued all the Beatles movies too. So I was watching Jimmy Stewart, Henry Fonda, and all these guys at an age where most kids weren't, never really making the conscious decision to become an actor until I got into high school and I started doing plays. But that was always the direction I was leaning in. I always had more aptitude in English and history and language than I did in math and science. And then when I started doing high school plays, and you know, I wasn't a great athlete, I wasn't a great student, but that was the first thing I did that won me any kind of approbation or validation from my peers, and that felt good, so I just kind of stuck in it.
What was your father or stepfather's name?
His name is Jim Katz, James Katz. He went on to do a lot of really good restoration work. He and his